I'm bored, can't you tell? The Traitors US Season 3 is getting ready to film very, very soon. And when that happens, of course, I'm gonna make a video talking about that cast ready to compete on the new hit social deduction game. But that isn't here yet. So I decided it would be fun to create a dream cast of players from all of these various reality TV franchises that I would love on the Traitors US Season 3. And before we go any further, I need it to be known, this is not a prediction in any way. Yes, I tried to be realistic, but no, this cast is not going to be right, I promise you. I don't know enough Housewives and those Bravo type reality shows well enough to even fake a group of them to be on a cast here. Except for one, but that's a unique circumstance I will get to. So this is less of a prediction and more of a wish list, and I need that to be known now. I will be genuinely happy with any of these 20 people being on this season, and that's the extent of it. But I didn't completely stack the cards too far within the realms of just like Survivor and Big Brother. I only had 4 players from Survivor and 4 from Big Brother. Trust me, there's representation from a lot of different shows out there. And for the final time, it's not a prediction, it's just a wish list. When this cast comes out, if there are any people from this video's list on the actual season, I'm somewhere jumping up and down, very excited. Anyways, I've been talking too damn much about nothing. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content and love the Traitors, or just reality TV in general. Without further ado, let's dive into my Dreamcast for the Traitors US Season 3. I'll be starting the list with the one-off players, so those in my Dreamcast who are the only representative from their show or genre of entertainment in general. Basically, those that I don't know as well. But I also needed to start with a bang. Somebody I know very well, and I hope you know very well. New York is in the house. Come on. Tiffany New York Pollard is one of the single most iconic reality TV figures of all time. And she still clearly has it based on how she did on House of Villains, and also being casted on House of Villains Season 2. This is less of a matter on if she gets casted, and more of when she's gonna get casted. I'm always going to be sad for New York to be on my TV screen, and the Traitors feels like the big shit that she would thrive in. Will she do well? I don't fucking know, nor do I care. That's not what this video is about. She's gonna bring the drama every second she's there, and that is a necessity for me on the Traitors. Let's get the housewife out of the way, and the only reason this person is on this list is because the one and only Phaedra Parks told me so. And I trust Phaedra's judgment on good television, so welcome Dorinda Medley. My experience with Dorinda is a 12-minute video on some of her most memorable moments on The Real Housewives of New York, and I gotta say, I fucking fell in love with this woman. She's addicting to watch, and just see what she does. She's spontaneous, and that's perfect for the Traitors. There's really nothing else to go off of except for Phaedra's words, so she's gonna be wonderful television. And she's an icon in the Housewives franchise. That's all I needed to hear to be convinced that she is on my Dreamcast. The next person is somebody I actually do know, despite never watching the show he was on. That show being Vanderpump Rules, and that guy being Tom Sandoval. I don't know much about Tom Sandoval, if I'm being real. This is shooting pretty in the dark, but I know he's a massive name in the Vanderpump Rules scene. He's gonna start a lot of fights, and is kind of an asshole. And I'm gonna gladly welcome all of those traits into a dream cast member. Don't know what the fuck else he's gonna bring, but I know it's gonna be chaotic, and I want chaos. If there will be any consistency with the Season 3 cast, there will be at least one person who's from the Bachelor franchise, and because they hate women, they've only casted men so far. So for... So for the most recent Bachelor men, the only season I've watched has been Matt James's season, so he's on the cast. High-key thought he was a little boring, but he's hot and not that problematic, which is good enough for me and good enough for most Bachelor representatives that he's gonna make this cast. Oh, you know we need some of that Claim to Fame representation. For real though, please watch Claim to Fame if you haven't. This pick is very random, not realistic at all, and the worst representation from Claim to Fame you could get. But I want it all. I want the first boot of Season 2 in Carly. You know, the one that did this.
Damn.
These freaking clues are so freaking obvious! Even Gabriel found that out. He's not even, like, smart.
Yeah, baby. Give me all of that on the Traitors. First of all, I'm pretty sure Carly's like low-key a fame whore, and I mean that in the best way possible. She would never turn down the opportunity to get back on TV, let alone be on one of the most popular reality TV shows to date. So that's perfect. And she will also want to be remembered, just like she was remembered and claimed to fame despite being the first boot. That is somebody I want on the Traitors who is going to bring it no matter what, no matter how long they're on the season. She will bring the energy and bring the dramatics. Yes, please. Now we have to have that Love Island representation here. And when looking through the seasons, first of all, I had to pick somebody I actually know, but also somebody who's going to bring more to the show than Burgerlicious did. And that led me straight to one man, Johnny Middlebrooks. This dude is a walking red flag and a drama magnet everywhere he goes. We have to have the occasional young hot dude on the cast, and why can't that be Johnny? I just know he'll be competitive as hell and continuously be loud and wrong. And I don't care what anybody says, more Johnny Middlebrooks on reality shows is a good thing. And that is that. Cast this man NBC, fucking do it. Okay, last person that is the only representative from their field, and this person's not exactly from a reality show, but should absolutely be on a reality show. So why not the motherfucking Traitors? If you're gonna cast John Bercow on the Traitors, I'll say it, cast George fucking Santos on the Traitors. A very prominent figure in pop culture. Why wouldn't you take the opportunity to capitalize on that and get them on this cast? I have no idea what George Santos would do or how George Santos would act, but I'm kind of willing to bite the bullet just to find out. We all know the story of George Santos. Being a fan of reality TV just kind of cemented their spot on a cast someday soon. And I really hope it's the Traitors. Okay, wonderful. We got the shows I don't really care about out of the way. Everybody else from here on out will be from more prominent and social strategy focused games that I'm sure you all know about. Except for this show, because goddammit, we need more drag queens on reality TV. I'm so disappointed it took until the Traitors Season 2 and The GOAT to cast 2 drag queens on other shows that aren't Drag Race. So I have 2 drag queens here that would be perfect casting choices for the Traitors. Mostly because they would actually be interested in being on and would bring great television. The first of which will bring that villain drama energy. That is the one, the only, Gia Gunn, baby. She showed the fuck out on her All-Stars run that she is a star in front of that camera. And that is all I'm asking for when it comes to the Traitors. I think the Traitors is at its best when you have all different types of personalities clashing together while there's a secret strategic game unfolding under everyone's noses. And Gia Gunn, I think, can bring the drama, calling people out, just being a queen, while also being strategic and calculated with what she does. I'm sorry, it's legit perfect casting, and I'm actually going to be mad if this doesn't happen. Just like I'll be mad as hell if Monet Exchange is not on the Traitors US Season 3. Like, Miss Girl is a reality TV super fan, just like Peppermint was. And just like Peppermint, if Monet gets cast on this season, I will be unreasonably annoying and optimistic that she can win this whole game. I've listened to her podcast way more than I'm willing to admit. She's not only a great talker, but has a great mind. That, along with the drag queen representation, will have me along for the ride no matter how long or short it is. But it better be fucking long. I swear to God, we need the drag queens to not get fucked over for once. Just cast both of these queens, call it a day. I promise you, nothing can go wrong from this. Now we're on to the challenge, the show that brought 3 heavy fucking hitters last time, 2 of them being the winners, so they got a reputation to live up to. But the way I did this was kinda tricky because by the time this season starts filming, the challenge season 40 will have just finished filming. A season that had 40 of the most iconic challenge competitors on it, which takes a lot of names off the board because I'm assuming most of them are not gonna want to do a season a week after. However, I was able to slip this one person in because I love them and I love the drama they bring, and that's Amanda Garcia. She doesn't give a fuck. She's gonna call out whoever she needs to call out, defend herself to the grave, and I think she'd be willing to play. I see this as a really smooth fit. And the Traitors, if you're going back to the challenge, Amanda is a great place to look. The next challenger was actually dropped last minute from the season 2 cast, a cut I was very disappointed in because how do you not have her on the show? So I'm gonna give y'all one more chance to not fuck it up and cast Beth on the Traitors. That is the OG villain of the challenge and maybe one of the OG villains of reality TV. The it girl that everybody fucking hated. When Amanda and the other choice I have are a little bit on the weaker side for challenge representatives as far as like name legacy, Beth is a must have. She's going to be, for lack of a better word, a bitch. And we need a bitch on the Traitors. I'm sorry, there's nobody else in challenge history that I want more on the Traitors than Beth. I swear to God, if these people cast Johnny Bananas a second time before casting Beth, I'm gonna be fighting somebody. I promise you that. The final challenge representative is definitely an interesting one. I think he's extremely likable and a big name on the challenge lexicon, so I guess that was good enough for me. And that's Tyler Duckworth. In recent years, there hasn't been much success in the challenge for Tyler, but back in his prime, he was a force to be reckoned with. And again, like I said, he's super social and super likable. I wouldn't be mad or anything if he isn't cast because this is a complete shot in the dark. As far as men on the challenge go, I think he would be a cool addition to this cast and just kind of see how he does. It only took talking about 12 people before we got to what I'm sure everybody has been waiting for. The Big Brother and the Survivor players. It's shameless to save them for the end, but I hope the wait was worth it because there are some heavy hitters and I will be ecstatic if any of these 8 make it on the cast. And yes, I mean any of these 8. You'll understand in a moment. But we're going to start with Big Brother. Somebody who has expressed a lot of interest in wanting to be on the Traitors, and one of the Big Brother greats I need to see on the show, Danielle Reyes. Danielle Reyes, the woman that you are, she's a strategic legend, and following her thinking as a faithful or a traitor would be a wonderful journey to me. Pair that with being extremely likable and rootable, you can't go wrong. This is absolutely a top 3 pick as someone I need on this cast today. If there's a woman from Big Brother, this should be your choice. It simply has to be. The next person is another icon of the game. A big name and a great player. And when we've seen Cody and Dan throw their hat into the ring, it's only a matter of time until Derek Levasseur gets involved too, right? I know he's kind of scared of tarnishing his legacy, but come on, he just saw Dan make countless mistakes, and he is undoubtedly the greatest Big Brother player of all time. Derek would be playing with house money, and if he does well, that could only boost his standing after coming out of quote-unquote retirement after all these years. The constant question people ask Derek is how would he do if he went out and played one of these games again? And I'm very intrigued to find out what the answer would be. I think now is a time he's a lot more likely to say yes than ever. And it would be another Big Brother great that gave the Traitors a shot. Come on, Derek, just say yes. I don't even like you that much as a character, but it feels so right. Alright, this pick is going to ruffle some feathers for sure. I know people despise this man forever and ever and ever, but I'm sorry, I just don't as much. All the way to the point where I've convinced myself that having Frankie Grande on the Traitors would be a fun ride. Frankie is a character first and foremost. He will be extra, he will be strategic, and he's going to get on people's nerves. And you're telling me it's bad if Frankie is on the season? I just don't think so. He's for sure the bottom of the 4 Survivor players as far as who I want back the most, but I still want to see what Frankie would do and more importantly what outfits he's going to bring, cause you know that would be worth the price of admission in itself. A modern day Big Brother legend is quite literally a lock to be on any reality show she wants to due to her popularity, so why not make the next stop the Traitors for the Queen Taylor Hale? Yeah, this kind of feels like a shoo-in if she wants to be on. And it's Taylor fucking Hale. I would love her on the Traitors. The outfits, the confessionals, the confidence. God, everything about it screams iconic. And while yes, I would rather have Danielle Reyes, Taylor Hale is a consolation prize if we don't get Danielle? Give me that every day of the fucking week. Now the final 4 picks are the 4 Survivor players I would most want to see on the Traitors. 2 guys, 2 girls, easy peasy. And again, all 4 of these are powerhouses that I would die to see play the Traitors. And for very different reasons, which makes it even more interesting. I'll cut the shit with the first person. It's Amanda Kimmel. This is purely to fulfill my destiny of having all 3 of the Micronesia final 3 women be on the Traitors. It has to happen. That's way too iconic of a final 3 to not become a reality. Aside from that though, we haven't heard from Amanda in forever. I want to see her back on TV, see if she's still got it. Is that just too much to ask for? I don't think it is. Get her on the damn Traitors. I know. This guy has been on plenty of reality shows recently. He's not a necessity, like, at all. But, like, don't tell me you aren't at least interested in seeing Boston Rob on the Traitors. He was cut last season late into casting, so he's definitely been considered. This kind of makes way too much sense to me, and I really want to see Boston Rob create an army, or at least try to create an army, and break the Traitors as a game. What if we get the buddy system? Like, these are all possibilities that we need to be thinking about. None of these questions would get answered if we don't get Boston Rob on the Traitors. I'm just saying. If they were going to tempt me with a good time last season, they should have expected I wanted to see the resolution and see Rob on the Traitors. Then he can stop being on reality TV for all I care. Until then, I'm going to be slamming the tables for this. 2 words. Courtney Yates. There is no way that Courtney Yates has not been on reality TV in 14 years. That is 14 years too long as far as I'm concerned. She's hilarious, witty, smart, not gonna take BS. What else do you want from a television character? We need that comic relief, and Courtney would be the comic relief. I have no idea how realistic this choice is. I would assume not very, but I want to will this selection into the universe, and this is my way of doing it. Also, kind of my way of taking credit if she is on the cast. I'm joking about that, mostly. Regardless, this is one of my favorite Survivor players of all time that needs to make a comeback, and that comeback should be the Traitors. And the final person on my Dreamcast is, funny enough, the person I actually want most on this goddamn season. The Podfather himself, Rob Cesternino. Maybe I'm biased because I religiously listen to RHAP, but would he not be amazing on the Traitors? The witty confessionals and all of that reality TV knowledge stored up in that noggin of his. This feels like a slam dunk on all accounts, and he wants to play. This isn't some random Survivor dude who made a podcast and got big. No, this guy was a Survivor legend in the early days. He got cast on a season called All Stars and was one of the biggest names. This is a massive player in the Survivor and podcast sphere. It's a 2-for-1. Don't you dare fuck this up, Traitors casting. Call Rob Cesternino, get him on the Traitors US Season 3, and all of my wishes will come true. Thank you. There we go. The 20 people I would most want to see on the upcoming season of the Traitors US. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, whenever this cast is leaked or dropped or whatever is happening, I'm gonna be making a video to talk about whoever's on the actual cast. But I kind of need to hype y'all up and hype myself up because after this Survivor season ends, we are diving deep into the Traitors content. Obviously, we'll have the cast reaction, but I just finished a full rewatch of the Traitors franchise, and I have, I believe, 6 different videos planned that cover all kinds of topics involving the Traitors. So stay tuned for that. Survivor content is going to come out in between, so it's not completely chock full of just the Traitors. And as we inch closer and closer to the summer, expect that Big Brother content to start heating up as we get close to BB26. It's going to be a busy off season for me, but I am very excited, and I hope you all are too. For now, that'll do it for me. If you made it to the end of this video, I love ya, platonically of course, and I will undoubtedly see ya when I see ya. Bye-bye.